Buenas noches, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Lenny from FTWGT, joined as always with my friend, my dearest comrade,
No.
Dirty Water ENT, Dante. Hello.
Das Vidania, comrade.
I said comrade.
No, comrade.
Welcome to another episode of FTWGT Weekly, where we say the filthiest things that come to our minds 30 seconds into a podcast. So you shut it off.
Great, we're really going for retention here.
Yeah, I'm going for a record in lowest retention, actually. A couple of weeks ago, we made it probably 4 minutes before we started talking about sex tapes. This week, let's go for it off the jump. Another episode about One Night in Paris.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. We're not. I'm kidding, everybody. This is a kid show.
It's very much not.
We're talking about kid stuff this week.
Was comrade.
Yeah. It was comrade.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are back, and we have movies to talk about, or a movie to talk about. That's primarily it, right, Dante? We just got some movie.
Not much on the docket.
Some movie to talk about.
Some movie, yeah.
I do think this could take some time for us, though, and I was kind of excited to get in here and talk about it. I wanted to hear your time going to see it. We're going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy,
Okay.
based on the horror video game that is supposedly for kids.
So that's obviously a stab at me, right?
Well, no, I think that's quite literally like what the game was aimed at initially, but I don't think it's probably only for kids anymore.
I kind of realized that just based on like the trailers they were playing before the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see a single trailer. I didn't watch any of them. I had no idea. I just knew Josh Hutcherson is in it. Hutchinson. PETA. From Hunger Games. PETA from the Hunger Games. So tell us about your time. Also, everybody, if you could, I always forget to do this at the beginning of the episode. I always wait till the end. If you have made it a minute and a half in now, drop a like, give us a comment, tell a friend, ask a friend. We believe in charity, and you should too.
Oh, no, not charity. We earned it. All right?
We earned that shit. Yeah, so tell us about your time going to see this. 'Cause I did not see it in the theater. You saw it in the theater.
Yeah. So, I mean, first off, like, my impression
you stopped by in your white van, picked up some children, showed up the movie theater.
All right. I don't have a white van.
But you...
I did pick up children, but they was
a
my
different
little
color
cousins.
van.
They were my little cousins, all right?
You
So
didn't know them.
what?
Nothing.
Yes, I did know them.
Okay.
And they were very excited to go see this movie. I also still kind of feel like it might have been a kids movie too, because like going to see it in theater, you know how like the theater's always packed with the target audience. That theater was 50% kids, like little kids.
Fun fact, I'll get out of the way now. I have a stat for you, Dante.
Yeah.
You want a stat?
You're gonna tell me like the age demographic?
94% of the audience that has gone to see Five Nights at Freddy this weekend were under the age of 35.
All right. I mean, 11 is under 35, so I'm
I
right.
think that would qualify. Yeah. Yeah. I'm under 35.
Yeah.
It's nice to say. Yeah, that's cool.
So are we kids?
Yeah, well, no. Did you, like, so when you were on the way to the movie, because you didn't play the games, right?
No, I had no clue, no impression, no nothing.
Were you, like, asking them questions to kind of try and figure out what it was going to be about?
No, but I did find myself asking questions after the movie.
Okay. So
like,
you
more
you
so
went
just
in
like
totally blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there were definitely like points in the movie where like, you know, they'd see a character and they'd like get excited and like whisper their name and I'd be like, "Oh, you know who that is?" Like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, all right. So before we get into our review, did the kids come out? How'd they come out feeling? They didn't have to come out. If they want to, that's okay. We support that.
Bro.
We're allies.
Bro. Why? Why are we getting so sidetracked? They fairly enjoyed the movie. They actually, I want to even say they loved it.
Okay. Good. Were they scared?
No, No, I mean, I don't think it was really a scary movie. I found my little cousin actually getting more scared during the trailers before the movie, and that's where I was like, damn, maybe this isn't a kids movie.
What were the trailers?
The only one I remember is the trailer for Thanksgiving.
Ah, okay.
And like specifically the scene where like
I know the movie, but I don't know any of the scenes.
oh, okay. Well, there was a scene where you know, like the little holders you use for like corn on the cob.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the killer takes that and like stabs him into somebody's ears.
That's funny.
And I just remember like my little cousin like flinching like so hard, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Yo, this kid's gonna have nightmares from the trailer."
Is Addison Rae in that movie? Can you look up the cast for the movie Thanksgiving for me?
Sure.
I think Addison. Do you know who Addison Rae is?
I just remember that song about her. I don't think I actually have a face for the
She
name.
did the movie.
I probably should put
She's
Thanksgiving
All That.
movie.
She did She's All That. No, He's All That. He's
Oh
All That.
yeah,
Sorry.
she's
the lead actress.
She might be the lead actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a TikTok star.
No, I knew that.
But she did the reboot retelling of She's All That. They did He's All That. And it was the hot girl getting a hot dude who just wore glasses.
Because the other one was the Amanda Bynes movie, right?
No, Rachel Leigh Cook.
Right.
You're thinking She's the Man.
I knew she was something.
She's batshit crazy now. So they enjoyed it. They came away positive on it. How was the movie going experience? Was it a good movie theater movie? Did you find? I think it had a good ambiance for the movie.
So I think it was a good movie theater movie, but now remember I told you that the theater was half children. So as far as the overall experience before the movie was kind of shitty. It was just a bunch of like there was this dude who was there with like his 3 like young daughters, and he just kept taking phone calls like right up through like the trailers. Like
he did not want to be there.
You know when they have the thing that comes up on screen, and it's like, oh, please don't post, don't tweet, don't text, don't use your phone. He's sitting there on the phone.
He just broke all
talking away, broke all the rules. And I'm like, yo, he's got to hang this up soon. And it wasn't until like 10 seconds into like realizing the movie actually started to be like, yo, I got to call you back. Like not even whispered it. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Can you look up something real quick? Did you see this? Look up Fight at Five Nights at Freddy.
At Southie?
It probably was.
When I got there were like 3 cop cars just chilling in front of the theater.
See like a clip or a video anywhere on there? Probably don't need audio.
Oh no, I muted it so it doesn't like distort through the mic.
I'm logged in.
You don't have YouTube Premium, bro?
I do from my personal account. You're not on my personal account.
You gotta wait like 15 seconds for this.
God, they didn't even give you the 5 seconds and then skip?
No.
Well, who the fuck is this guy?
I just wanted to fight. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
That's it?
I know the clip I saw was only like 10 seconds long.
Okay.
But look how crazy it was. Like,
that was like a full-out brawl.
Yeah, it was very aggressive, dude.
Jesus Christ.
At a Five Nights at Freddy, that broke out.
Why did somebody get so upset, so angry?
I don't know. Maybe they thought their kids were being taken.
I mean, that was the premise, right?
Kind of. Oh, full spoiler alert. I don't. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck the kids. So movie theater experience. Parents suck generally. Kids also suck at movies. I feel like that's like the good age range for kids though, because like I think once you hit like 10 and older, you're cool at a movie theater. I hate when anybody brings like a kid who's 10 and under to a movie theater that I'm in.
So there was definitely a few of those.
I hate when people,
for the most part, they were
newborns.
quiet during the movie.
Yeah. Kept their attention.
Yeah, it definitely kept their attention, and there was like points where like they got excited to see certain characters, and you would hear the little like, and I'm like, yo, these kids are so amped. But it's also like funny to just see like such a young age group so engaged in something.
Before I tell mine, success at the box office. Have you read the numbers?
No, I haven't actually, but I heard they were really good.
$78 million domestic, 130 worldwide.
Jesus.
On a $25 million budget. It's the highest grossing video game movie now for an opening weekend, I think.
No, it can't be because Mario came out this year.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count in my mind. Sorry. Maybe I read third highest.
Okay.
Maybe I read third, but then what would have been number 2?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They do say second is the best.
But I think I just said they came in third.
Third is the one with the hairy chest.
Just look up really quick like, highest grossing video game movies. Obviously, you're right. Mario is definitely number 1. That's totally on me.
Try to say Five Nights at Freddy's.
Are you trying to show off with the typing, dude? Jesus. Did everybody hear that?
No, because you're going to do the noise gate and nobody's going to know.
Detective Pikachu, that piece of shit.
Why does it say 3 is Warcraft? I didn't even know they made a movie.
Yeah, that movie's really bad. How much money did the second one make there, though?
Total or domestic?
Domestic. Hit me with that first.
144.
Oh, yeah, that's smashed.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that movie?
I don't remember much from it, to be honest. I don't even know if I actually watched the whole thing.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. Like, Pikachu's cute and all, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is funny as Pika Pika. But overall, I did not enjoy it.
Sonic definitely smashed it too.
Yeah. Sonic 3, I think they just played a trailer at like one of the Sega cons or some shit like that. I don't know. It's coming soon.
I don't think that movie could have been third because also Uncharted had to have done better, right?
No, Uncharted I think underperformed.
Because I don't know if I'm having... This is their gross, not their weekend.
Okay, you only have total overall.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have opening weekend.
Oh, here it says in the description, Uncharted had a $44 million opening weekend.
Yeah, like I think overall Uncharted underperformed. That's why you haven't had an immediate announcement of a sequel.
Fair enough.
All right, back on track.
Not too much on this yet.
The movie itself, I feel like Resident Evil probably had a good release. I liked it.
Yeah.
I found it it held my attention. Like, I don't think it was like great in any direction. I think for a horror movie though, especially geared towards kids, it did a good job.
Yeah. There was some points where I was like, damn, is this geared towards kids? Like there was like certain points where I was like, this is not like too graphic for me, but almost I feel like a little too graphic for the PG-13 rating.
How so?
So
like what's something that stood out as overly gratuitous?
So when they showed like the dude's face all mutilated after he got eaten,
is that the right word? Sorry, gratuity is tipping people.
Yeah, it is. I was just gonna let it slide.
All right,
we're just gonna keep it rolling.
I'm trying to figure out what word I was trying to say.
I don't even remember what sentence you said.
All right, we can move on. We can move on.
But yeah, when the little robot like ate off the dude's face or whatever, like, and they showed his body after.
Yeah, right at the beginning. Yeah.
Well, he ate the dude's face in the beginning, but like later when they showed his body.
Yeah.
And they showed his face all messed up. And then also when the suit was like clamping in on the dude. Like it didn't really show much, but it was still like
that was probably the scene that I thought was most like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I talk about a plot line that didn't need to be there. The aunt.
Oh, right.
Like that whole plot line goes nowhere.
I feel like that was just filler to not jump straight into it at the beginning of the movie.
And I think they were trying to justify him taking that job, but like he had to take that job either way
because he didn't have a job. He had bills to pay, right? Like, yeah.
I also like didn't. I get it at the same time. Like, you know how he like fucks the dude up in the mall.
Oh yeah.
Like I understand the motivation there, but like I didn't find him to be a guy who is like
aggressive.
Yeah, you know, like he didn't seem unhinged by it. Like he definitely seemed like he was like stressed by not knowing what happened and like he was obsessed with it. But I didn't get this sense of like a dangerous human being at all.
There was never any other point in the movie where they kind of showed him under like a violent light.
Yeah. So like and I guess you want to feel bad for him in a way. I thought overall though him the cop who played, I was trying to figure out who she was and then I looked it up. She was Guinevere Beck in the first season of You on Netflix.
I never watched it.
Great show. She was really good in the first season of that show too. I liked her a lot, and then I liked the sister quite a bit too.
Yeah, she was good actually.
The horror aspects of it, like I could see if I was a kid, like that would definitely get me. I wasn't obviously myself scared at any point watching this, but I do think like kind of takes the idea of like a Toy Story or something and flips it on its head a little bit, like the animatronic things that are
Like,
trying
how
to kill
did they
you.
come to life?
Yeah. I don't get, and maybe did they tell you after you were talking to your little cousins after you were leaving the movie and they were telling you some stuff? There's a planned sequel in the works now because this is done well enough to get them talking, and they're planning to base it on the second game, I guess, that came out for this. Do we get an explanation at any point? Did you find out as to like how this person is? So anybody out there who doesn't know, and again, 3, 2, 1, spoiler. In the past, I've said get the fuck out.
Please don't.
I'm not saying that now. um, he's like harnessing. The bad guy is harnessing ghosts of children.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. How did he like? Where did he get this ability from? Like they didn't explain that. Does he do seances? Like what the fuck?
That part I never asked. But they did say that this movie, aside from the characters, is only really loosely based on the games.
So that's not what happens in the game?
I guess not. No.
Okay. They didn't say what the bad guy was in the game?
No. He was a character in the game, but
okay. Because it plays out like, hey, this guy has been kidnapping kids for that inherently I wouldn't have had to say the kids part probably. He's been kidnapping since the 80s, and trapping their bodies inside these animatronic toys inside of a like Chuck E. Cheese-esque establishment.
It's 100% Chuck E. Cheese.
Imagine if you walked into a Chuck E. Cheese and it was just kids trapped inside a little mouse.
Honestly, after watching that movie, it kind of fucked up Chuck E. Cheese for me.
When was the last time you went to a Chuck E. Cheese?
Like a month ago with my nieces.
Damn, okay. Really?
Yeah, actually, it was like 2 months ago.
Was it the one in Framingham?
No, and it's either Attleboro or Providence. It's like right on that line.
Okay, because I think there's more Chuck E. Cheeses still around than we're aware of.
Yeah, because I think I also seen one in Everett. I only know because it's in the same plaza as Texas Roadhouse.
Is it kind of is Chuck E. Cheese still lit?
I'll tell you, the pizza still bangs. That's the main reason I went.
Like, have they upgraded? Is it like a trampoline park now?
No, it's pretty much the same as you remember it. It's just like an arcade. They have like the ball pit and like all that shit.
Speaking of like, you know how sometimes we just do things that are incredibly local and probably don't appeal to like 90% of the people out there?
Yeah.
Do you know in the South Shore Plaza that they have a trampoline park now?
Hey, what?
Yes. In the mall.
Where?
By Nordstrom's. It's like half arcade, half trampoline.
Oh, I did know that, but I didn't know that.
Because I've
definitely walked by that and I was like, oh shit, they had an arcade. I didn't know there was a trampoline park in there too.
I only go there to get Sarku, right? But I went there and instead of parking near the food court, I parked by Target. And I walked through that area. I came through that area of the mall.
Yeah.
And I was like, for one, they expanded this mall and put no stores in it. Like they can't.
Oh yeah, there's so many like closed like vacancies. Or
they
whatever.
can't find places to fucking go in there. But I was like, what the fuck? There's a trampoline park in here. Like
wow.
That was the one major downer when I was like around my teenage years. Is like the malls that had arcades around here. You'd have to go to like Hanover or Kingston, which were shitty malls, but they had arcades. And then like South Shore Plaza never had it.
No.
Now they have
one. Huh. I remember like going by it. I think this was like a few months back. I think I was looking for like a suit for a wedding or something like that. And so I was going to like Macy's, Nordstrom, and all that. And I remember walking by it, but I didn't know it was a trampoline park because it looks small.
Why don't you go to an actual suit store?
I think I also went to Milton's.
Men's Warehouse, maybe?
Men's Warehouse, they're assholes. I don't fuck with them.
Joseph A. Bank.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
I just wouldn't like.
Is there still what's the other one? KG something?
Kevin Garnett?
Nah. It's like it starts with K. It's another suit store.
K Jewelers?
No, not K Jewelers. It's like KG Warehouse or something like that.
No, it's Men's Warehouse.
No, it's not. K&G. K&G Fashion.
I've never heard of that before.
There used to be one in Dedham. I don't know if it's still there. But all right.
There's a Joseph A. Bank in Dedham.
Oh, it actually still is in Dedham.
I would not, for men of our size, I just don't think Macy's is like the suit buying place.
No, I found a decent.
Nah, bro.
I found a decent suit there.
What's your beef with Men's Warehouse?
I don't know.
What'd they do to you? You said they're jerks, dude. Like, they're very nice to me when I've gone in there. I went in there like 2 weeks ago.
I think my problem is, like, usually when I go to a Men's Warehouse, it's only for the rentals for, like, when you're in a wedding.
Yeah.
And those are always so shitty that I just, like, I'm like, I don't know. I associate that with their brand.
The last one, I didn't have to rent the last time I was in one. Like, they set it up so we bought them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like a good price. So I actually have a suit now. But you know what pissed me off when I went to Men's Warehouse a few weeks ago?
What?
I was only looking for small things. I wanted to get a new belt, a tie, and I was like, if they have something nice, I want to get some new socks. So
Okay.
like something a little to match my outfit, because like if you sit down, your like dress pants kind of go up a little bit, and I wanted to have some nice socks underneath, right? They had no fucking socks.
This is another reason to not fuck with Men's Warehouse.
Overall, I like the store. I also didn't go to the one I normally would go to, so I think I just went to a smaller one that didn't have a lot in it. I ended up going to DXL to get a tie.
Huh.
I got some nice ones, dude. Because
Never
I
been to
ended
that
up
store.
spending way more money than I wanted to. Actually, no. I bought my shirts at DXL. I apologize. I did get my tie at Men's Warehouse. $60 tie on sale for $15. It's like a clearance price.
I know when I bought my first suit, it was at Milton's, and like they had some like nasty like 2-for-1 sale with an additional like 20% off. It was crazy. Like I think I ended up spending like $200 or $300 for like 2 like designer suits.
Damn,
it wasn't bad.
Armani?
Wasn't Armani? I think it was no, it wasn't Ralph Lauren.
Gucci.
I want to say it starts with an M. I'm forgetting the name of
Milton's.
it now. There wasn't Milton's. It wasn't the store brand. Come on, bro.
Oh. All right, let's get back on track. And that was buying suits for those with good taste.
Yeah.
In the middle of this review
I
of a
want you
kids
guys to know
movie.
that off camera before we started, he said, "I don't want to get sidetracked." Good job.
Yeah, the whole premise of them like kidnapping children, and what about the dream thing?
That was weird to me.
Do you think that's real? So the whole thought process is
The dream theory thing.
yeah, the dream theory that he's following. This is so when he was a little
definitely
kid,
got to be real though.
when he was 12 years old, he is camping with his parents, and like any good parent would do, they say, "You need to watch your child, brother. We're too busy." And of course, this kid gets taken.
Yeah.
And like Liam Neeson, he is like, "I will find you and I will kill you."
You know what
And
I really
so-
don't like? I'm sorry to cut you off
Yeah.
there, but I figured out that part of the plot very early on.
Like, who took him?
Yeah. I was like, yo, it's got to be like the I didn't know there was like a set person putting them in the robots, but I thought like his little brother is in one of the robots. Why wasn't he in one of the robots? Why do we care about
You
his
didn't
little
figure
brother?
it out because he wasn't in one of the robots.
But it was the same dude that was putting them in the robots that took him.
Yeah, but you didn't figure it out because he wasn't in one of the robots.
All right, so then what happened?
There was a bunch of other kids.
Yeah, so what happened to his little brother?
But you said, brother.
I'm just saying, I figured out that he was taken in, association with that whole scandal, scheme, whatever.
So, he has been taking sleeping pills aggressively for years now. Probably not healthy. To be able to go back to the same dream, to the location where his kid brother was taken, to try and see if he could find clues that he missed in the moment, because the dream theory is that you don't forget things, like they're always there. You forget them, but like the memories are always there, I guess is more what it is.
Yeah, it's like your dreams tap so deep into your subconscious that it can unlock any memory you ever had, kind of thing. The part that didn't make sense to me was, how can he willfully go to sleep and have the same dream every night?
Well, he explained that. He used things
He
to
used things to stimulate him with the nature sounds and all that. I think
nature
that
sign,
part is bullshit though.
The poster, all of that.
Yeah.
I do think like every once in a while he should have different dreams.
Yeah. That's the part I thought was bullshit. But
I also didn't understand why his sister started having these same dreams when she hadn't even seen the toys yet.
For her, they weren't dreams.
She was drawing the pictures. How'd she see them?
Ah, you're right.
Like, that's the one, like, why was it calling to his sister? Like, because there wasn't, it's not like this,
Because it's like their souls where she could see them, I guess. She could see dead people.
Yeah, okay, so this
Because
is like
she knew them as her imaginary
this
friends.
is a sixth sense.
Yeah, she saw dead people.
Because, like, they didn't explain it to be, like the bad guy in this is, like, Michael Myers when he was still related to Laurie Strode, and he just had this, like, thing for he was just going to come back every movie trying to kill her. They didn't explain it to be that way. So that's where it's like, what was the tie to, like, there's a billion kids in the world. Why did it link to her? Other than just to make it part of the storyline, like the plot, you know?
I mean, for a movie like this, I wasn't looking that hard for all the plot holes. I was like, it's all right. It was a good lazy watch. You know what I mean? Like,
but don't you think an easy way to fix this would have been, instead of having the aunt storyline that led to, like, her having somebody fake babysit the kid every day, to just eliminate that storyline, right? And then the first day he has to go to work, he has to bring her with him. And she, like, sees all of these things, and then she starts having these visions or whatever and starts drawing these pictures. I feel like you could have explained it very easily.
That makes more sense, yeah.
By doing that, rather than just having this plot that, again, like, I've already talked about it. But
I think that makes too much sense, and I think they wanted a sense of mystery to it. They wanted you to question why it was happening.
They didn't give you an answer.
They wanted you to keep questioning why.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it eventually. It's coming.
Maybe in part 2.
Because, you know, speaking of the aunt storyline, what happened to her?
We don't even know, do we?
We saw her feet on the ground, and, like, the lady was like...
Yeah, she got knocked out, but that was the last we seen of her.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, she's sleeping. But did she get knocked out? Or, like, they don't knock people out.
Oh, you're right. Maybe... Damn.
But, like, at the end of the movie, they were just being super cash. It's like, you came home to somebody dead in your house, and nobody's questioning it. Also, the fact that, they show the Freddys at the end of the movie, and it's still just destroyed. And, like, they didn't report that to the cops. Like, they didn't report any of it.
Oh. All right, yeah, there was a lot of plot holes.
That bothered me quite a bit. I was like, we're just not going to say anything about this, because you'd think they would have. I thought the thing that would have made sense, especially she got stabbed, right? She's on, like, life support. Not this the girl, the cop.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She gets stabbed. She's on life support. They would have needed to fill out a report about how she got stabbed. So some questions would have to get answered. And instead, that doesn't happen. Freddy's is still destroyed, and the bad guy is still just dying in there. This movie wasn't good. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, it was passable and enjoyable. Maybe it's not good.
Yo, now that you're breaking it down, I'm like, damn, what did I like about the movie?
Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, on top of the fact, this was a cop that got stabbed, Dante.
On duty, I think, too.
Kind of. Did you also find it crazy when she just gave him the keys to a cop car?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bad idea.
Like, hey, you're probably getting fired after that one.
It's like, the only reason he's not getting in trouble now for stealing a cop car is because you showed up on scene after that. But there might be 2 cop cars on scene now.
Yeah, how'd she get there, actually?
That doesn't make sense either. And is she a good guy or a bad guy? Because she, for years now, has been befriending the security guards to keep them out of the loop about a fucking serial kidnapper and murderer.
She's a bad guy with a conscience. There was something in him that she saw that made her turn good.
That dick.
I don't even think she got to see it yet.
No, but she was dreaming about it, bro. That's what she was drawing.
It's like, yo, her bedroom just plastered all over the walls. It's drawings of dicks, like, from Superbad.
Yeah, Superbad. Big girthy, veiny motherfuckers.
So I have to avoid all phallic foods. Do you know how many foods are shaped like dicks?
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know. I don't want to keep hating this movie because I actually liked it.
But no, it's the same question I have now, though. What did we like about it?
It's also like, I understand it was a kid's movie, so I get that.
You give it a little more leeway.
That it's not like a kid's not going to pick out all of that stuff, you know. So but those things don't make sense.
There was a scene where there was a cameo. Do you remember the scene when she hopped into the cab?
Yeah.
The cab driver is apparently some like YouTuber that does like I think like game reviews or something like that. I've never seen him before, but I know as soon as he came on the screen, every little kid in that theater fucking shouted out his name.
Do you trust that guy?
What's not to trust?
I don't know if I trust these movie reviewers that only children know who they
are. No, not movie review. He was like a game reviewer. Maybe he plays games on YouTube. My point
stands, Dante. It's like...
I get where you're getting at now.
He might be part of the problem. He might be just like this guy kidnapping children.
Does he look like a kid diddler? I mean, I suppose anybody could.
Yeah. Like
what do they look like, right?
I'm trying to think who he looks like. I was going to, like, no, not The Weeknd. Nah, I don't know who he looks like. I'll figure it out eventually. What's his following? Can we get a sub count on his YouTube?
On his YouTube, let's see. Where does it show me? Why am I new to this? 17.3 million.
And we don't know who he is.
Right? That's crazy. 17.3 million people do.
What kind of games is he playing? Look at those thumbs, dude. He's a creep. That guy's a creep.
What the fuck is Amanda the Adventurer?
Dante.
Like this thing is titled "This Game is for Kids?" ? Then why are you playing it,
bro? This guy. I don't think we could put this in the file cabinet in the back of our brains when we hear something about this guy doing weird shit.
Okay, that's what it was. I'm sorry, my little cousin did explain to me who he was, and I was trying to remember. He specifically does like reaction videos on like horror games,
but kids horror games.
I mean, there seems to be a whole section of kids horror games, yes, but
that thumb with the googly eyes there says a lot to me. I do not trust this man. Good for him getting himself into a movie, and tricking a bunch of children. That seems to be the thing
now. Like, is every studio looking to get a YouTuber cameo in their movie?
I mean, what is the? It has to be one of the easiest ways to draw a target audience, or like put an Easter egg into something and get them to promote it to a way bigger audience. Like, what's the easiest way a studio can get in front of 17 million people?
I guess, to be fair, right? You got to cast somebody for that anyways. Might as well be somebody that's going to get you some free advertising, right?
That's what I mean, right?
Makes sense. That's actually a smart way to look at it. A smart play.
So I want to move on to the advertising thing really quick because like there's an interesting thing I read today. But before we go there, do you think I rate this on my movies of 2023, or do I leave it off since I didn't see it in the movie theater?
I think we changed the title to movie theater movies, so you have to leave it off.
I have to leave it off. Okay, fair point. So as far as advertising, did you see this? Probably not. That the Hunger Games movie got an exemption to promote their movies from the strike, promote their movie during the strike.
How? And I didn't know that.
They are not, Lionsgate, the parent company, is not a part of whatever the major company is that's representing they're not part of the union that's representing the actors and everything. So they have been working hand in hand with them, even though they're not part of the union, and standing with them. But they got an exemption because of that, because they've done all this other stuff by their side. They got an exemption to promote their movie. I guess a couple other smaller movies, like Jessica Chastain has a movie coming out that got a similar type of exemption. But the actors involved with the Hunger Games are going to be allowed to promote the movie over the next couple weeks. I found that interesting.
That is interesting.
And like Rachel Zegler, the one who everybody hates now because she like is in Snow White and she talks shit on it. Have you seen the thumbnail, the picture that came out from Snow White?
No.
Look up Snow White like live action media picture. Because remember the controversy about that movie is the dwarfs, that they didn't use real dwarfs. Those aren't the pictures I saw.
What am I looking for?
There's pictures that they released that were like media promotional pictures. And the dwarfs just look fucking weird. That picture.
Are they CGI'd?
Yes, they're regular people that are CGI'd. Not that dwarves aren't regular people.
But like, I get what you're saying. Like, they could have just casted.
That was the major controversy, is that they were taking jobs away from actual like little people that act.
They wanted to gatekeep them from their rise in Hollywood.
It's just fairly off-putting, that whole picture. But yeah, Rachel Zegler came out and she was like, "This is a good thing because it shows that like the company, like both sides can work together. Like it doesn't need to be viewed as a bad thing, like anybody's breaking the strike agreement, anything like that. It's just like it actually shows in the right direction that like both sides are able to work with each other to find some type of an agreement, even if it's not the one that's given as like total agreement on how they get compensated and promotion and stuff like that." Yeah. So that's her spin zone on it, and I've seen other people say it from when I was reading the article. So I just thought that came out today. That's kind of interesting. Moving on. So we've got Hunger Games, speaking of that, coming out in November, which led me to thinking, what are the big movies that are coming out in November? And historically, is November a major month for movies?
Okay.
Because you haven't looked at the historical list, Dante. Do you think that it's a major month for movies?
I don't think so. I feel like October and December are probably a bigger focus than November, no?
I didn't look up the historical numbers, but I will tell you that from outside looking in, it seems to me like November is a big movie month. Okay. So I'm gonna rattle off mine, and then we'll just do some comparing and see if we think anything will get anywhere close to these movies. Okay.
All right.
So the number one movie for opening in November was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. We can pretty much strike this one off the list because like that was going to be huge no matter when they released it, right? Passing of Chadwick, all that stuff like happens. Already the biggest movie
in November.
Yeah, already the biggest movie of all time. Did 181 million. Secondly, and there's two or three interesting ones on here. Apparently, historically, November is the release month for the Hunger Games. So the second biggest release in November is Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Did 158 million. You have three Twilight movies in a row at 3, 4, and 5 that have done all right around 140 million in November.
I didn't even know there were that many Twilight movies.
There's 5.
I've never seen any of them.
There's 5. There's 5 movies. Frozen 2 also released. Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1 released in November. Thor Ragnarok released in November. Hunger Games, again, Mockingjay Part 1 released in November. Harry Potter Goblet of Fire released in November. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 released in November. Justice League, November. Harry Potter, the first one, Sorcerer's Stone, November. Skyfall, James Bond movie, November. Chamber of Secrets, Thor, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, Eternals, The Incredibles, Spectre, another James Bond movie. Twilight #1, The Grinch dropped in November, not in December. Frozen Part 1, the movie 2012. Monsters Inc.
All right, I think we
Toy Story 2. Moana.
All right.
Big Hero 6, 8 Mile.
But my question to you is, would you struggle to find an equally impressive list on any other month?
Not necessarily. Well, I think yes, because okay, like let's take your theory really quick. Let's roll with that.
I didn't know how easy that list was to pull up. That's why I was
for you, impossible.
Oh, for you,
for
seconds.
Anyone else,
gotcha.
All right, let's look at February.
All right.
Interestingly enough, you know what the top movie in February ever released is?
Shallow Hal.
No. It's crazy parallel, actually. Black Panther.
Sick.
Actually,
So it's top in both months, huh?
yeah, but is February... is February... I don't want to make myself look stupid.
What are you asking?
Which history month is that?
Black History Month,
Just
bro.
making sure I didn't want to have the month wrong.
What the fuck?
It's Valentine's Day, you know? Like, I just didn't know if we overload months. But I remember the joke that everybody makes. It's like, oh, they gave the shortest one. Deadpool. This list is nowhere close to November, by the way.
No.
So Black Panther, Deadpool, the two biggest movies by far, right? Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is number 3 on this list.
I know where that ranks on your list.
Number 4 is 50 Shades of Grey. Number 5 is The Passion of the Christ. You have the Lego Movie, Sonic, Hannibal. Like, that doesn't compare at all to November.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting the same level of excitement out of this list.
Let's pull April.
April showers bring May flowers.
April's a very good one.
Mm.
So, like, I figure anything summer months is probably premiere play. Months like, I just figure October is more synonymous with horror. Or, I mean, so October probably isn't as good either, because horror doesn't draw as well. Right? No, anything with a holiday, though, like November and December, I think are always going to do good because you have entire weeks that people aren't on school, things like that they can release movies around that are going to draw well. Summer months, we already know why.
But
Summer
on that same
blockbuster.
logic, you have February vacation.
Not a big holiday around it.
Doesn't need to be a big holiday. Your
I
whole thing
think
was
that
there's a whole
I
week
think I
where
led
kids
with
aren't at
it's a big
school.
holiday and there's kids off school. I think I said that. So let's look at November, this November. You already have a movie that's not coming out in November right in front of you. So I just want to point that out. Just fact check yourself.
I didn't fact check this list.
Because Dune 2 has been pushed back.
Multiple
Because
times,
they can't promote, so they pushed it back.
No.
But you can keep going. I'll tell you which ones have been pushed back and haven't.
All right. I got to find where the list started again. Okay. Here we go. Then I got Marvels.
Yeah, so the Marvels, I have to think, is going to be one of the lowest releases for... actually, let me go back. What I said, the Eternals came out in November previously.
Yeah.
Right? The Eternals did 71 million. Does the Marvels do more or less?
I think it does about the same.
Bailey. She's just breathing into one of her dog bones.
Bro, it's a very humane breath, too. It's very weird to hear behind me.
It's a sinister.
It just sounds like you, like, doing, like, a weird, like, evil breathe.
It's like Michael Myers breathing through his mask. You said more or less. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
I mean, I feel like it'd probably come in about the same, maybe a little less.
I have to say less. I think this movie's got little excitement around it. I don't think people like Brie Larson. And they're, other than that, like, the characters are primarily done through the TV shows, which aren't, Miss Marvel, I don't think, like, I never watched it. I'm probably not a good indicator on that. But, yeah, I think it'll do less than 71 million. Prove me wrong. Next one up.
Next goal wins.
Skip it.
All right. Hunger Games.
This is an interesting one.
What's interesting about it?
Because every other Hunger Games movie is on this list as like a top 25 November release ever. So I think that this is probably not going to do as well as they want it to do in the box office. Can you look up what it's trending at, possibly?
God, let me highlight it.
I just don't think that you're getting the hype off of this. I think you're not returning any original characters. And I don't know that there was this huge hunger for another games.
I'm seeing 50 million.
It's about what I would anticipate, actually.
Yeah.
What does it say what the cost was? The budget is?
You can get that. 100 million.
So does this movie do 150 million at the box office in total?
Ugh.
I'm gonna say
It
yes.
might break even.
I think it'll
I don't
do.
think it. I don't think it'll really exceed that by much.
I think it'll do a little bit better maybe than break even. Do you know what the most profitable movie versus budget in the movie theaters this year?
I feel like we talked about it.
It just recently happened.
Oh, then I don't know.
Taylor Swift. I think I read it cost. I have the maybe I took a screenshot of that. Yeah. Taylor Swift movie cost $15 million. It's one of the most. It isn't necessarily the most. Sorry, I missed that keyword. It's made $200 million so far in the box office. It cost $15 million to make.
Jesus Christ.
And apparently like AMC owns it.
Do they?
Yeah. That's why it's not being shown at other theaters, I don't believe. I think it's AMC exclusive, and they're the ones who paid for it pretty much.
Okay.
Let's keep it rolling.
Where did my list go? Trolls.
Part 4, 5.
I don't know. It just says trolls band together.
If there is something we've learned this year, Five
Kids
Nights at
movies.
Freddy being like another indicator of this, the thing that is still very much alive in the movie theater is kids stuff.
Yeah.
That is the thing that is tried and true in 2023. When you go to the movie theater with a kids movie, it's going to do something. It's going to do well. In that same premise about kids being on vacation, that comes out November 17th.
Yep.
There's an NSYNC song that came out made for it.
What?
Yeah.
Made for what?
The Trolls movie.
Oh, okay.
Because Justin Timberlake is in it.
Yeah.
I think this movie will do well. I don't know box office wise. Like, it's not going to be fucking obviously like Mario or any of that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but I do think that this will be a top charter.
Okay.
Next up,
Disney movie Wish.
don't know shit about it, but
Me neither.
just copy and paste what I just said. Not as good as Trolls, but it'll do well.
Napoleon.
Won't be a box office hit, but probably will be the most well-reviewed movie of November.
Okay.
Are you gonna see it?
Probably.
I think it looks interesting. Yeah. Like I didn't care, and then I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, this has like, I don't know. Ridley Scott has a way that he films his movies, like Gladiator and shit like that. Like it just has that feel to it. That I'm interested.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm a huge. It's Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a huge. I say I'm not a huge Joaquin Phoenix fan. I think I just didn't like the Joker. So
Fair. As you
I've said
love to let everybody know.
numerous times.
It's more so because it's another Apple movie and I'm riding that wave.
I have an Apple thing for you. In What Are We Watching?
Oh, okay.
That I want to ask you about.
Okay.
All right, so we're done with November.
We're done with November.
So I think overall that's a disappointing November when you look at some of the names that I listed off in like the top 20 movies ever released in November. That like realistically, you have a Marvel movie in there. You have Napoleon with a major director
And the
releasing
Hunger
it.
Games,
Then you have
that's
the
it.
Hunger Games. The kid stuff is like stands kind of on its own.
Yeah.
I think I'm most anticipating the Hunger Games. I think despite what I said, like them not making the money, I think I'm going to enjoy the movie a lot. I just don't think it's going to do well in terms of like fans going to see it.
So which one would you be voting for most successful movie in November?
Well, the kids movie, like Trolls, is probably going to make the most money in November.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I had to predict like the order, what was the budget on Napoleon? Dude,
130.
it's a lot.
It is.
I think
pretty
it's
high.
going to struggle to make that.
Damn. I didn't realize these movies were budgeted so high because, like, unrelated, but Killers of the Flower Moon, another Apple movie, has a $200 million budget.
I mean, Apple throws money at their TV shows, so are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. It's just it's up there. That's all I'm saying. They can afford it though, right?
For sure. I don't think they care if they make money or not because it's just as much a promotional thing for them as it is
Yeah.
anything else. So if I had to, I think Trolls probably ends number 1. The debate in my it's probably Marvel comes in at number 2, right? The Marvels,
Yeah.
just because of the background to it.
Yeah. And then
I'm
Hunger
torn
Games.
on the I'm really torn on the Hunger Games versus Napoleon because I'm wondering if Ridley Scott himself can outdraw like a movie that's kind of just a spin-off from a major franchise.
Hmm.
So I think they're probably going to be about dead even, if I had to guess. November takes a huge hit because Dune 2 was supposed to come out, and that would have been massive. Speaking of box office, Oppenheimer is going to get a re-release in IMAX.
Like they're gonna extend its theater stay.
Well, it's coming back
Okay.
because they want to get over $1 billion.
Jesus Christ.
So they're bringing it back to the theater. Okay, so let's go on. Did I have anything that wasn't in what we're watching? I had one other thing. Did you see the movie Fall?
No.
So the movie Fall, it came out probably about a year ago. I watched it on maybe Netflix or something, maybe Hulu, one of the streaming services. It's about some girl who's been dealing with like loss in her life, and she has to overcome her fears of going back up on this super high height, and they get stuck up on the top of this like antenna tower.
It's a 2,000-foot TV tower.
2,000-foot TV tower. Thank you. That's an antenna tower. I think I was still fairly accurate there. So she has to overcome her fears. They go up there. They get stuck up there, and the movie kind of goes on from there. It's like if you've ever seen what's the Mandy Moore movie with the sharks? Can you look up Mandy Moore for me? Thank you. 6 Feet Under? No.
47 meters down?
Yeah, 47 meters down. If you ever seen the movie 47 meters down, have you seen it?
No.
So 47 meters down, same deal. Well, kind of. So basically, like, they get trapped at the bottom of they're in like exploring the ocean in like a shark tank, and the shark tank gets detached and drops to the bottom of the seabed, and they can't swim up to the top because they're surrounded by sharks. And they start like hallucinating and like having visions on the bottom of the ocean and stuff. And it's kind of similar to Fall, like where like they get trapped up there and like her mind starts playing like tricks on her and stuff. It's pretty good, but they've started working on now 2 sequels for it.
Oh, same director.
Presumptuous, no? Oh, the same director as 47 meters down.
It just flashed on the screen. It said from the same director.
I didn't know that, but I spotted a fucking tell like that's so obvious like now that I know that. So yeah, Fall 2 begins filming in June. They already have another sequel prepared after that. Fairly presumptuous now.
Maybe not same director, but it said from the same
Producers maybe. Studio.
Maybe.
Could have been any of that. Is it Naomi Scott that's in Fall?
Where's cast? I don't have that name here. I have
What's the
Grace
name?
Carolyn Curry.
Grace Carolyn. Can you click on her? What's she from? Okay, that's what she is. It's Shazam.
Okay,
Shazam
yeah,
girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like, I just thought that was kind of interesting. You should watch Fall.
I remember seeing the trailer for it and being intrigued, and then I kind of forgot about it, so I'll add that to my list.
It's interesting. It's pretty good. Like I see, like I said, like I've seen the plot done before.
Yeah.
So once I kind of realized what was happening, I was like, it's fine, you know. Okay. We didn't come up with a clever name for
What we've been watching?
Yeah.
Nah.
The things we watch.
Or maybe This Week on the Small Screen.
That's not bad. The silver screen, is that what they call?
That's what they call the movie theater.
The movie
one,
theater
right?
is a silver screen. Okay. Do they have a different screen color for This Week on the Boob Tube?
I mean, technically it'd be the Black Mirror, right? Like, isn't that where Black Mirror got their title from?
No, that's a cell phone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm watching a lot of this shit on my phone, actually.
No, I'm not. I did watch the entirety today of the movie Scream on my cell phone, because this person on Patreon I follow did like a watch along.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to be one of those ones, like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the watch alongs people do, and it's generally just them on camera, and you have to time up like the movie to it on your like TV.
Oh, okay.
But because she's doing it on Patreon, she could just put the full movie on there.
Yeah.
So I just ended up watching the whole movie on my phone.
I have a friend that streams, and usually at the end of his Twitch stream, he'll put on a movie from Prime Video.
Yeah.
And do like a watch along to end his stream.
Yeah, you can get away with it more on like, especially like if, depending on the size of your stream.
Well, I think with Twitch it has to be Prime Video.
They let you do it because they own it.
Yeah.
Or they're owned by Prime.
By Amazon, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Do you have a million things again?
No, actually. I think I have like 3 or 4 things. 3.
Okay. Yeah, you go.
So again, all Apple TV Plus. I'm just going in on that binge. I have 1 movie and 2 series. The movie was Cha Cha Real Smooth. It's actually a ridiculous title for a movie that's not equally as ridiculous.
I could never envision I would watch this, just knowing the name.
It was one of those, like, I guess the way I go through shit on Apple TV is I'm not reading the name as much as I'm just letting it play through different trailers. So I think the trailer was enticing enough to me.
Is it Hablo?
Like, Hablo? No, it's not in Spanish.
Okay.
It's actually it's a Jewish movie, I think. Because it's about, so basically like the plot is
that makes less sense to me now. Is it a school dance?
The plot is there's a
cha-cha real smooth now. Do.
Once I tell you the plot, it'll make sense.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Put
hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Fucker. Crisscross.
Everybody clap your hands.
We were way off. I'm just not even going to continue.
I had to get my hands up. I saw you go for the clap and I had to like.
I heard you slam your phone down.
That was my vape, but yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, sorry. I won't interrupt again.
I don't believe that now. Now I'm scared to talk.
Gunshot.
No, but it's about a guy who works as a bar mitzvah party starter, and he ends up befriending a mother and her autistic daughter.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. It's kind of like a rom-com, but not really. Well, okay. I guess there's no comedy to it. I just love saying rom-com, I think.
I think anything romantic, it makes you feel less gay if you say it's a comedy, too.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
way more hetero if you say it's got
It's more of a
parts.
rom-drom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely, like, some funny bits to it, but it's definitely a more serious movie, I guess. But it was all right. I mean, I'd probably give it, like, a 2.5, 3 out of 5.
So, okay. Acceptable.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't anything phenomenal, but it wasn't bad either.
All right, what's next up on your Apple foray?
Hijack with Idris Elba.
Okay, me and you talked about this a little the other day.
Yeah.
You an Idris stan?
I have been an Idris stan since Luther.
Okay.
So
that's like 50 years old, and you picked up something that came out in like 2018. I don't know your.
It didn't come out in
2014. When did
no? Because I definitely watched it when I was in like middle school.
Luther came out that long ago.
Yeah, it was maybe like around the time that like 24 came out.
I'm thinking about Lucifer. Sorry, my bad.
Idris Elba's not even in that.
That's on me. That's on me, dude. My bad.
But back to the movie Hijack. If the title isn't self-explanatory, it's about a plane that gets hijacked and basically the series of events that take place while they're on the plane.
Have you ever seen Passenger 57?
I want to say no. I know what the movie is, but I don't think I've seen it.
Or what's the other one?
Snakes on a Plane? No, it's not like that.
No. Passenger 57 is great. You should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. That's Wesley Snipes, right?
Yes, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's peak cinema, though. I've said this. That's a 90s movie, dude.
Ooh, okay.
That's peak cinema.
I'll add it to the list.
Which list?
See what
the
DSC it's on.
The ones you won't watch.
No. Now I'm keeping. I've tidied up. All right. Now I'm keeping a list of movies I actually will watch.
Okay, because I do have homework for you at some point.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Okay, so Hijacked. Good, bad, indifferent. Where are we at?
I mean, it was an enjoyable watch, but I think similar to the way you can like pick apart Five Nights at Freddy's, like there were definitely a lot of like weird little plot holes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff that I like, little stuff that I was picking up throughout watching it that kind of drew me away from it a little bit. But if you can get yourself to ignore it, like the acting performances are still good. Like it was overall a very enjoyable series. I almost called it a movie because it's another one of those.
Oh, it's a TV series.
Yeah, it is a series.
I
So
thought it was a movie. Yeah.
it's a 7-episode like mini series.
Got it.
The reason you want to call it a movie is because it just feels like a 7-hour long movie.
So do you watch it all in one sitting?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, wait, was Cha Cha the movie you watched?
Yeah.
Okay, and there was one more series.
Yeah.
And that is?
This is by far probably the best thing I've seen on Apple TV so far.
Really? And you loved the 100 things you talked about last week.
Yes, I did. So this one is another mini series called Blackbird.
Chris Hemsworth in it?
No.
I think he did a movie called Blackbird.
Did he? Am I fact checking that right now?
Yeah, why not? He was like a hacker or something like that. You were already on IMDb. I don't know, like,
why I do this? Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah. Wait, no. I don't know. I fucked up.
you just talk about Blackbird. I'll confirm what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, you're the better Googler, all right? I don't know why I have this title.
What's Blackbird about?
So Blackbird, to give you a short plot, is basically a drug dealer gets locked up, and he gets an offer to commute his sentence. Why can't I speak?
Black Hat.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, hacker, black hat. That makes sense. So it's a drug dealer. He gets locked up, and he gets an offer to commute his sentence if he can befriend and get information from a serial killer / rapist in prison.
Sounds like Hannibal Lecter.
Probably similar.
No. Wait, you said he did what? He can get his sentence down. It's a guy who did what to get his sentence down?
He was a drug dealer. He got arrested.
Not like Hannibal. Never mind.
No. I thought maybe you were saying like the killer's like Hannibal Lecter. I was like, yeah, well, he does kill people. He just doesn't eat them.
Well, no, like Hannibal, like Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. He they use him to help find other serial killers.
Ah, okay.
Or another serial killer.
Yeah, no, he himself is not a serial killer. He's a drug dealer. And it's actually based on a true story. But
did they have like a previous relationship? Like why'd they have the drug dealer go in to talk to?
That's the part I'm not really getting. I guess like they're saying like he had like a really like charismatic nature where like it was easy for people to talk to him. So they wanted to see if he could get the serial killer to like liken to him and like release details that they struggled to figure out.
Sounds like a show that would run for 8 seasons on like NBC.
Probably, and I was afraid it would be something like that, but thankfully they committed to just making it a 6-episode miniseries.
Okay.
So,
and why do you say it's the best thing you've watched?
I think I just really enjoyed like the overall like what am I trying to say? Like, I guess there was points of it where there was like a lot of shock value. Like there's points where like you're talking to the serial killer, and he goes into detail about his killings, and like some of it's really cringy because like he kills little girls, like kills and rapes little girls.
Ah, normal.
And so like the way he gets into the character makes it like really believable, and I think it's a really great acting performance. And I know you never watched Cobra Kai.
Nope.
But the serial killer in this miniseries is Stingray from Cobra Kai, who's like a really goofy, complete opposite character in that show versus who he is in this series.
This showed like depth.
Yeah.
To him as an actor.
Yeah. Because like almost you wouldn't take him seriously as an actor if you watch Cobra Kai. But then you watch this and you're like, holy fuck. So I think it just gave me like a newfound respect for him, and also like the what would you call him? Antagonist, protagonist? The other guy. Also gave a really good performance. I think I have his name here. Taron Egerton.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah. From Kingsman.
Kingsman, yeah.
Yeah.
And Robin Hood.
Okay. I never watched Robin Hood.
Robin Hood is a movie that people don't like. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Huh.
I like Taron Egerton a lot. I know now that you say that he's the lead, I knew which show this is.
Okay.
I remember seeing some trailers for it.
But I mean, I got to say like it's really good. Like it almost feels like it tries to go after like the same aura that like Dahmer gave off, but I think it executes a little better.
Never seen Dahmer.
No,
I like the guy who plays Dahmer though. Fuck. He was in X-Men. Yeah, not my cup of tea generally. The Dahmer type shows
Yeah.
don't really do it for me. I think I watched the Efron one though, where he played Ted Bundy or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know I heard about that one. I never watched it though.
Yeah, I think I watched that one. So you ready for your Apple TV homework?
I have Apple TV homework. Let's get to it.
Monarch: Legacy of Monsters.
What is this?
It's the TV series based on the Godzilla movies.
Ah, okay.
That I would like you to watch and tell me if it's good, because I don't have Apple TV.
Are you gonna finally subscribe if I tell you it's good?
Yeah, I won't. The problem is I'm not gonna watch any of the other stuff. I'd watch Platonic, and I'd watch this.
I don't care what you watch. I think after you watch like 2 things, you're gonna get curious. You're gonna see more things, and you're gonna get hooked.
I think you're incorrect. Because as you know, not the biggest TV watcher.
Fair. There are movies on there too, you know.
No, I realize that.
There's also Ghosted that I think you wanted
Well,
to see,
okay,
right?
that one is the other one I would watch, definitely. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Monsters, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is getting very, very good reviews. People seem to like it a lot. It's supposed to be more based on the human side of the Godzilla universe that they've created. And I want to know if it's good, especially like we said, Apple budget is crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to end up being a pretty solid TV show.
Are they running this as a show or as a miniseries?
I don't know. I don't fucking
you gave me that aura that
it's
you knew all
episodic.
about it.
There's multiple episodes. I don't know anything more than that. And I couldn't tell if it's out already or not. Like what if it had already released or if it's releasing in the next couple weeks.
I guess I'll look that up. And I was about to do it on my phone,
Dude,
and I know you were about to call me out on it.
I didn't say it though. I was gonna let you do it.
I heard
because I didn't know if you were gonna just put a note in your phone to be like, I need to watch this.
Premiering November 17th, so not out yet.
Great cast. Kurt Russell.
Who's this guy on the left? Why does he look familiar?
He was in the Captain America TV show, the one with Anthony Mackie. Yeah,
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
okay.
He played new Captain America.
Gotcha. Okay.
In it.
Gotcha.
And I think he plays in this. He's young Kurt Russell. Can you scroll down and see if they play the same character name?
It just tells me cast. It doesn't tell me what they roll as.
I feel like that's what it is, though.
Okay. What's the name of this? All right, whatever.
That's all you got?
Yes, that is all I got.
Cool.
It's a short week.
I have also got little to talk about. I was watching this original Spider-Man trilogy.
Yep.
This week. And this is not going to be news to anybody because the movies are so old and we've all had the same opinions for years. But again, I found myself loving the first 2 movies.
And then hating the third.
It was so enjoyable, man. It was nostalgic. I was liking everything. I was buying into the MJ and Peter thing. I was really into it. And then I couldn't even finish the third one.
Damn.
And it's you know what's crazy to me about the third one? Somehow the third movie has far worse CGI than the first one did.
And
the first
the
or
newer
second.
of the 3.
Yeah, so it doesn't, right? Sandman looks awesome. What they do with him, at least for the parts that I saw of him so far.
Yeah.
But the Green Goblin part at the beginning of the movie, the whole flying around the city, while Peter and Harry are fighting, is atrocious. I think it looks just terrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't even gotten to the Venom part yet. I like Venom. You know what else? Okay, here's something I don't understand. I need some of our nerdy fans out there to explain it to me. So I believe in the animated series, the guy that MJ is going to marry in the second movie, Jonah Jameson's son, is an astronaut. And he goes to space, and that's how Venom gets back to Earth. But in this, Venom just falls from the sky. And he just happens to fall where Peter is. And just crawls over and jumps onto Peter's bike. And he takes him home with him by accident. And it just like, why did it have to happen like that? Other than the fact that they wanted to do the thing where he attaches himself to Peter right away and like Peter turns into dark Spider-Man. I think that's why I don't want to keep watching the third movie, is because I already am like, this isn't good. But then I know that I'm going to get that terrible dance scene where he's walking down the street with like dark hair, just dancing, like, and all of the stuff that they did to get you to care about MJ and him gets like thrown away because he's just a dickhead because of Venom being in him. I will say this though. I think I appreciate, without even seeing Venom in this universe yet, again, I think I appreciate the Tom Hardy movies more.
Yeah.
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 Like, at least that Venom's just funny and like it's fine in its own right for that reason. But yeah, I just like, I can't do it, man. Like that's really the one thing I watched all week that has stuck with me. Can't get into that. And I won't really talk about. I talked about the 100 last week. I finished that. It was really good.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, I figured. Another episode down in Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
They had to put a disclaimer before this episode, like letting people know if they deal with issues with suicide that there's a phone number they can call.
Huh.
Yeah, because there was a suicide in it, but like it wasn't in like the thing that kind of I didn't understand, like the prompting for it is like it's not like the person's like super depressed and like takes their life. Like there's a storyline motive for why they do it, and it's not really that they're depressed. I guess like there's some sadness leading up to it, but it's not any. It just felt like a little heavy-handed to be like suicide prevention hotline.
I think that just kind of goes along with the increasingly sensitive world we live in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're covering their ass.
Cause like I can't even remember which song it was, but like I use YouTube Music for like my music streaming.
It was probably the song "Lucky" by Britney Spears.
No, it wasn't.
Is that the one where she's in the bathtub?
I don't know. I don't know
She's
the song.
so
do I?
lucky. She's a star, but she'll cry,
that
cry,
one.
cry with her broken
I don't know what the music
heart.
video is like.
Okay, either way.
But there was definitely a song that like came up on like one of like the random shuffle like automated playlists that like basically paused my music, and I was like, why the fuck did my music stop playing? And I go and look, and it was because there was a disclaimer on the screen that said like, oh, this song has heavy notes of suicide, dismiss or continue. And I was just like, what the fuck? But like I can listen to WAP without a disclaimer, like like what the fuck? Like if you're gonna protect me all across the board.
I mean, that song's just sex education, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I never knew it was supposed to sound like macaroni in a pot until that song.
Yeah. No, trust me, I didn't know either, dude. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I got. This Monday coming up for me is that mystery movie.
Oh yeah. Which you're fingers crossed hoping is Hunger Games.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's Hunger Games. I don't know what else it could be.
Marvels.
It could be that. I was like, what if it's Napoleon and I just end up having to watch a 3-hour movie that I'm not prepared for? like what if they just dupe me into watching a 3-hour long movie?
Well, I think Marvels is the release we're closest to, so that would probably make the most sense, no?
Is it the closest? I feel like it comes out later.
No, I think that was like the first up on my upcoming releases list. Because I have November 17th for Hunger Games. I have November 10th for Marvels.
Oh, fuck, it might be Marvels.
Or, the original release date for Doom Part 2, November 3rd. Maybe they're sneaking it on you.
I didn't see Doom Part 1. I'd be very lost. There's a rom-com that comes out in November that wasn't on the list. That comes out November 3rd called What Happens Later. And it's got Meg Ryan and David Duchovny in it.
Okay.
Which is like... So Meg Ryan was like a rom-com goat during the 90s with like You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally. I feel like she's in.
I recognize her.
Yeah. That comes out November 3rd. I think the movie I'm going to see, like that thing is November 2nd, right? No, it's November 6th, so that comes out this week. Never mind.
Okay.
So it won't be that. Because I was like, what if it's that? I can't imagine they would do a mystery movie for that. I might have to go see this David Duchovny Meg Ryan movie though.
That's this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be like a go see it Thursday movie, but like depends how it times out. But I'm a sucker for a romantic comedy. Does it say rom-com or does it just say romantic?
says comedy romance.
Okay,
So
they
rom-com.
flipped the genre. It's
Oh,
funny
damn.
first.
Now it's a com-rom.
Okay, cool. That is, I think that's where we wrap it, right, Dante? We have nothing else on the docket, nothing else on the agenda, and nothing else to get into.
No.
If you want to see us go pro in Rocket League, car soccer, you can check out our streams or my streams coming out, whenever I hop online, which now that I'm back into another video game again, probably will be more often, because we played the other day for a couple hours and I enjoyed it greatly. Maybe Dante will be on Dirty Water ENT, so we just stop promoting something he doesn't use. Like I said at the beginning, if you could drop a like, comment, share, subscribe. We are available anywhere audio podcasts can be found. We are also on YouTube here. We're at Good Taste Live on Twitter, at For Those with Good Taste on Instagram. And with that being said, we bid you adieu.
Yo, what about me?
I just told them, Dirty Water ENT, you don't go on there. What's there to promote, dude? Post something. I'll promote it.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah. And I've said your name like 7 times. Remember fucking coming earlier, dude? You don't.
All right. Yeah. No, we're not going the wow. Jesus.
Comrade.
Sayonara.
Au revoir. Arrivederci.
How many other languages can you say bye in?
I said I bid you adieu already.
Aloha.
That's hello.
That's hello and goodbye.
Hello, goodbye.
She says hello, and I say goodbye.
No, it's. Oh, shimmy, shimmy, quarter turn.
So you're gonna hit me with the shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff. Listen to it, pound.
Light it up and take a puff.
Pass it to me now.
For those with good taste.